Hello, it's Zoe here for a real talk. I just finished my yoga practice and I thought it was a perfect time to hop on here and connect with you. Today I am going to be talking about postpartum and healing after having a baby and what that's looked like for me and some tips that are going to help along the way. Obviously I have Roger, my sidekick, here with me. Can you come over here? Can you come over here, please? Oh, being so stubborn. But I'm going to be sharing with you the tips that have helped me and also a real look into what postpartum has been like. If I can get my dog to listen, can you sit, please? Can you sit? Mom's working. So, first thing is I am finally 3 months postpartum. So just in the past month or so, I have been starting to get more into my movement and all of that. And really for the first 6, 7, 8 weeks, I took it so easy. And I think this is something that's really, really important that a lot of women don't do. We get so worked up in, I need to get my body back, I want to lose the baby weight, whatever it is, that we just don't give ourselves time to heal. And that can actually lead to more problems, especially with the core, especially with prolapse. So it's really, really important that first off, we take the time to just chill out. Your body needs to heal, and at that point you're also not getting enough sleep and all of that. And of course you guys know how much I've talked about sleep and how important that is. So when your sleep is off track, it really does affect your ability to give it your all on your workouts, of course, which totally makes sense. So the first thing that I started doing was just core breath, which I'm going to share with you right now. So core breath is when you're breathing using your diaphragm and also your pelvic floor. So when you inhale, you're softening your belly and your diaphragm and your pelvic floor moves down. Then when you exhale, you're drawing your pelvic floor up. You're pulling your core muscles up and in, zipping in your rib cage, and your diaphragm moves up. So inhaling, exhaling, and I would do that 5 to 10 times a day, every day. That was the only exercise I was doing for 4 to 5 weeks. I didn't even go on walks outside with the dog. Now, I did have a cesarean delivery, which is different than a vaginal, of course, as it is major abdominal surgery. But I do think that whatever kind of delivery you have, it's really important to just give yourself at least a full month just to literally survive and look after you and your baby, right? I would also suggest going to see a pelvic floor physiotherapist. I went to see one during my pregnancy because if you haven't been pregnant before, you may not know this, but your pelvic floor goes under a lot of stress when you're pregnant, which makes sense, right? You're carrying a baby in here and that's putting direct pressure down on your pelvic floor, and your pelvic floor is like a hammock holding all of your organs. So I did work on my pelvic floor and we found out that I actually had a hypertonic pelvic floor, meaning it's holding really, really tight. So if you think of this, it's like your pelvic floor, it was just squeezing all the time. And if something's squeezing really tight all the time, it can't fully relax and then get a good contraction. So I had to actually work on inhaling and almost pressing down a little bit into my pelvic floor and thinking about spreading out and then pulling up and activating. And I really think that that's really important for a lot of us women because we're kind of taught to do those Kegels where we just squeeze, 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 quick squeeze, little squeezes, which is okay. But I mean, when we do any other body part that we're working out, do we just do little teeny movements? Like if I want to work my bicep, do I just go like little teeny movements? No, I lengthen the muscle, then I contract it. It's the same thing with your pelvic floor. And I feel like this has helped me a lot, even though I didn't push a baby out, with not having problems peeing after birth or peeing when I'm jumping, things like that. So that's really important. And in the Trim Core Challenge, we teach the stomach vacuum, which is where we inhale all the air out, pelvic floor down, belly down, then we pull up and in. I just had lunch, so I won't be able to do this too good right now, but you pull up and in and you really contract those muscles, right? So the stomach vacuum that we do in the Trim Core Challenge, I started doing it about 4 to 5 weeks, and that has really helped as well. And I will link the full Trim Core Challenge around this video if you're interested in checking it out, because it really can help. Although I wouldn't start doing that until you're at least 3 months postpartum. I just started doing my core activation now, actual exercises. So, I mean, going through carrying a baby, birthing a baby, raising a baby is so much more work than I ever anticipated. And a lot of people are like, when do you get your workout in? When do you get your me time in? And that is when the yoga burn routines have been the best, because they're just 15 minutes. And sometimes that's all the time I truly have. And I think that, you know, I always prioritize one of Bodhi's naps is going to be my yoga or workout time. He's down for a nap now. I've got him on the monitor there, sleeping little sweetheart. I love him so much. But during one of his naps, the only thing I do is my workout. So I wake up in the morning, I get out of my pajamas, I put on my workout clothes. I don't even know, I mean, and I have a lot of these nursing tank tops. They have the little clips on here so that you can nurse, because I am exclusively breastfeeding right now still. So, and during his nap, that's all I'll do is first thing he goes down and boom, I am on my mat. Nothing else. Doesn't matter if there's laundry to do, dishes to do, food to cook, nothing. It doesn't matter. So when he hits the crib, I am doing my workout, and that's it. And that is one of my biggest tips. Whether you're a mom or not, there has to be a specific time of day when there's nothing that's going to stop you from doing that workout, right? It's really going to make a big, big difference. And I'm only getting about 3 or 4 workouts in a week. I know a lot of people think, oh, you must be working out every day, you must be doing hour-long workouts, but I'm not. I've really taken it slow. Also, because I'm breastfeeding, I am eating a lot. I am so hungry. I mean, I'm even hungrier than I was when I was pregnant. I still have maybe 3 or 4 pounds to go from my weight that I was at when I got pregnant. However, my body is totally different. Like obviously my boobs are huge, but I mean, my stomach just isn't as flat as it was before. It just isn't. My bum is not as perky as it was, not as toned as it was. This is all completely normal stuff that happens when you have a baby, or just when your life changes, when your priorities change, right? It doesn't mean that I'm not going to get it back. However, right now, I'm not focusing on weight loss, because what's most important to me is having a really good milk supply for my baby. So I'll share a little bit of what I'm eating right now, because I know I get a lot of questions about that. But right now in the morning, I'm having the overnight oats. Oats are a galactagogue or something it's called, which means it's really good for milk production. So I have oats every single day. So right now I have overnight oats that I make ahead of time. They're in the fridge. So first thing, I get up with Bodhi when he's up in the morning, and I have my oats while he's having his breakfast. And on top I have blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and peanut butter. And then now I'm doing for lunch, I'm having, like today I had chicken, sweet potato, veggies, and hummus, which is a great snack. Then I have either energy balls, which again have oats, or lactation cookies, which again have oats in there. because I am so focused on my milk supply being good, because Bodhi's been quite a good sleeper. So I'm feeding him about 6 times a day right now. And we do have longer stretches overnight. So I just want to make sure that I keep my milk supply up. And then dinner is where, you know, my husband and I can have a bigger meal. So dinner could be, I've been making seared tuna, seared salmon. I'm not having any dairy or any eggs right now, again, because of the breastfeeding, because some people say it can bother baby's tummy, right? So, show please. Oh yeah. I'm trying to read what everybody's saying here on the live. I think you were saying something about belly button. Is my belly button different? No, my belly button's the same, but I do have a scar. I'm not going to show you it because it's really low, but it's about right here, and it goes from here to here. It's very small. I'm so surprised that a baby could come out of that. But I mean, I guess it's the same with the vaginal birth. But it's a very small little scar, and I do scar mobilization. So, like, say this line on my pants was my cesarean scar. I get some castor oil, and this is what my pelvic floor physiotherapist recommended, and I do little circles all along the cesarean scar, back and forth, back and forth. Then I also hold and I rub up the scar 3 times, and then hold and go down 3 times, 3 times. And what you want to do is just really get the scar tissue moving in that area, which is really, really important. And you can do this at any time if you've had a cesarean birth, is that scar mobilization. It's really, really important. Because yeah, it's quite a lot that your body goes through for that. And I'm seeing some of this. So glad that you're not one of those super duper fitness ladies posting their perfect beach body and bikini 8 weeks after giving birth. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your life and helping us all take care of yourself. Oh, you ladies are the sweetest. I mean, you know, we've always been about a realistic approach. I gained 30 pounds during my pregnancy. And that was with me being very active every single day. I mean, I was really active during my entire pregnancy. And soon enough, you guys will be able to get the Yoga Burn Mama, which is our prenatal course that I put together that really is so, so amazing. And I really think that that made such a big difference. When I was checked for Diastasis Recti, which is the separation of the abs, which is incredibly common. I think it's something like 95% of women get it during pregnancy. It might heal up really quick for some, not for others. For me, I had just a little, she said it was like less than 1 finger, like a little teeny centimeter that she checked for my diastasis was right here. So that means that I'm being mindful of not doing too many planks, crunches, anything like that. And that is exactly why I recommend for the Trim Core Challenge waiting to do that until you're kind of 3, 4, maybe even 5 months postpartum, and just focusing, which I'm doing right now, is focusing on the booty challenge, because like I said, I feel like my butt just really flattened out. I actually heard that a lot of omega fats are stored in your thighs and your butt, and in the 3rd trimester, that's when your baby's brain is really developing, and it pulls from those fat stores in your body, which is why so many moms experience the mom bum, like a flat bum after you've had a baby. It's literally because your fat stores made your baby. Like, I mean, if that's not amazing, I don't know what is. Like, the fact that we actually had the ability to pass things directly from our body to our baby, and now they're out just walking around in the world, is so, so amazing. I just think that's the coolest thing ever. So, yeah, I mean, I felt great. I don't feel like I look like my old self, and I can fit into some of my old jeans. They are tight, but I mean, I feel really lucky to be healthy, to be getting sleep, to have a healthy baby, and to be able to just share with you what a real postpartum period looks like. And I think it's really easy to rush back and to just feel this pressure that you need to do this crazy overhaul. You need to diet, you need to lose the weight, you need to be working out, you need to be having the baby on a schedule, you need to be cooking the best foods, you need to be taking care of your home. Like, how are we supposed to do all of that, right? I mean, it's just, yeah, it's not possible for me anyways, and I'm so lucky that I have really good support too. So all I wanted to say is that if you're a mom, whether you're a new mom or whether your babies are up and out of the house, you're always going to be a mom once you're a mom, right? And I think taking some time for yourself is really important, and we have so many different routines. If you had a specifically traumatic birth, or you're feeling really dysregulated after having a baby, like, I should actually share this because I didn't, touch wood, I haven't had any postpartum depression or anything like that as of yet, but the first 2 weeks after I had Bodhi, I would say I didn't feel like my normal self at all. Like, I felt a little bit disconnected. And then I found that I was really overstimulated. Like, if my husband had the TV on loud, it would literally drive me crazy. If somebody's phone rang and it was really loud, I would find it so startling. Like, I used to be the type that could fall asleep. Like, my husband would watch like a war movie in bed, and I would fall asleep with like guns and bombs going off. It wouldn't bother me. But when I had Bodhi, I could not tolerate it anymore. I needed quiet, I needed peace, I needed meditation. So your mental health is the most important thing. I mean, a lot of you know I lost my dad to suicide because of mental health issues. Mental health is the most important thing, and that is why yoga is my choice of fitness, because it really combines the best of both worlds, especially with yoga burn. You're really getting that calorie burn, the little bit of sweat, that feeling of your muscles engaging, all of that, the breath work, and you're getting that flexibility, you're getting the regulation of your nervous system. So I think it's really, really important that we prioritize that. So I just did meditation and breath work for the first month, and it helped me so much. So whatever you're going through right now, whether you're a new mom or you've had a loss, there's still all this stuff going on with COVID, whatever it is, really prioritize your mental health, and the physical stuff is going to come. I know for me that when I have time to really focus on myself, when I'm no longer breastfeeding and I can just really focus on just nourishing only myself and watching my portions, that's all gonna come, right? That's all going to come, and I know that it'll be there. I just wanna read this coming in from Tammy. I have a scar that leaves my belly hanging over scar no matter how thin I am. I have heard about that, like having the C-section scar. I would recommend seeing a pelvic floor physiotherapist because they're specialists and they will assess you specifically. But I would look into the scar mobilization, because from my understanding, if the tissue is really tight where your C-section scar is, then whatever's above it is going to kind of crease over top. So that's why the scar mobilization is so important, because it helps the tissue to all be uniform, so you don't have like that little divot kind of thing that can happen from your C-section scar. Once I am fully healed and feel like I'm in a place where I can really share my journey, I will be able to walk you through more of what I did to really heal my C-section scar and help my belly to get more flat again. But it's coming. It's coming. So yeah, I think that's all I really had to go over. If you are more than 3 months postpartum and you don't have a big diastasis, I would recommend the Trim Core Challenge. If you are needing just to chill and relax, the Kickstart Kit is perfect. And then if you want to join me, the Booty Challenge is a great place to start. That's currently what I've been doing, and it's really been helping. So I will post that all around this video for you, so that you can shop those links and join me. So I am wishing you a great rest of your day, and thanks so much for joining me, and thanks so much for being so supportive of me, just being my true self and going through this big change in my life, because I want to show up and I want to be a real woman who goes through it all and is able to connect with you guys. So I'm wishing you a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Big hugs, lots of love. Bye-bye.